Welcome to East Texas Explorer. I'm Hunter Sowards.
And I'm Delaney Bentley.
This week on East Texas Explorer, we'll be talking about SFA's 84th homecoming celebration and the legend of Chief Caddo.
We've also got stories on recycling, the impact of smartphones on college students, and what SFA is doing to protect their students against the danger of active shooters on campus.
It should be a great show, so don't change the channel.
East Texas Explorer begins right now.
SFA just celebrated its 84th homecoming, but the traditions have changed over the years. Connor is going to tell us more.
This is Connor Wyckoff reporting for East Texas Explorer. Stephen F. Austin State University celebrated its 90th anniversary as a school last year, and more recently its 84th homecoming. I'm here today at what is now the City Hall, but what at one time was the Liberty Hotel, the birthplace of SFA homecoming.
The first Lumberjack homecoming was held on May 27, 1930, with a luncheon at the Liberty Hotel with a few alumni of SFA. I asked Dr. Alan Sowards, an alumni and current resident of Nacogdoches, how he has seen homecoming change over the years.
The difference between back in 1973 and today is that they have a lot more people and a lot more equipment in the construction. So our fires were not quite as big, but they were just as good.
Homecoming is a time of celebration for every lumberjack, but it has grown and changed over the years.
They did have the homecoming parade. Again, I think it was more rural. We had a lot of livestock. We didn't have as many of the floats.
Dr. Sowards has the unique experience of getting to see homecoming change over time.
When I was a college student compared to now when I have children who are college students and seeing all the preparation and the events that they're involved with, it brings back a lot of good memories.
After nearly a century as a university, the traditions of homecoming have changed over the years, but the spirit of the Lumberjack students has only grown stronger. This is Connor Wyckoff reporting for East Texas Explorer.
These days, being kind to the environment is on everyone's mind, and recycling is an easy way everyone can get involved. To explain how we in East Texas can be more environmentally conscious, here's Mariela Gonzalez.
As landfills continue to fill up, the need for natural resources is rising every day. Recycling is becoming one of our most important responsibilities. The average person generates 4.5 of trash every day. That's about 1.5 tons of solid waste per year.
Did you know that recycling your Sunday's newspaper can save up to 75,000 trees?
I wasn't aware of that.
Do you recycle?
No.
Why not?
I'm lazy.
Statistics estimate that 75% of solid waste is recyclable, but only 25% is actually recycled. Keep Nacogdoches Beautiful is a community organization that promotes recycling, beautification efforts, and educational programs for the schools in the county for the past 13 years. I was able to sit down with David Buzz Dutton, Executive Coordinator of Keep Nacogdoches Beautiful.
I'm happy that the city and the county has gotten more involved in it. We're doing cardboard recycling, paper, glass, and plastic recycling. That's city projects. And then we, Keep Nacogdoches Beautiful, operate an electronics recycling program.
Only 1 out of every 5 water bottles are recycled. By recycling 1 water bottle, you can power up a 60-watt light bulb for 6 hours. This has been Mariela Gonzalez with East Texas Explorer.
While some people were celebrating homecoming, others were on the side of North Street celebrating by waving rainbow flags and messages of equality.
On October 13th, the Supreme Court made the decision to not make a decision on same-sex marriage, allowing same-sex couples to get married in a total of 30 states at that time, and some people in Nacogdoches decided it was time to celebrate the breakthrough for the LGBTQ+ community on October 25th before the SFA homecoming game. It was a combination effort of Pride NAC, SFA's LGBTQ organization, and the local group Equal Rights Nacogdoches. Equal Rights Nacogdoches hosted the event, using this as their 5th equal rights demonstration.
But this whole thing started when my 11-year-old son wanted to have a demonstration to sort of counter-protest someone that was protesting near our house.
According to polls done by Gallup, ABC News, and The Washington Post, the view of 11-year-old Isaiah Wright is the view of a majority of the U.S., with somewhere between 53 and 56% of people saying that same-sex marriage should be legal, that number jumping up to 8 out of 10 in young adults.
This isn't an issue that is going to go away, and the majority of the United States is in favor of us.
With now 32 states having marriage equality, and additional 3 states with federal appellate rulings have set a binding precedent in favor of the freedom to marry, meaning the path is cleared for the freedom to marry there. In 8 states, judges have issued rulings in favor of the freedom to marry, with many of these rulings now stayed as they proceed to appellate courts. And in Montana, the marriages of same-sex couples legally performed in other states are respected.
Whatever you say, we'll just keep doing this. We won't. Nothing can just stop us from doing this. Like if someone says it's not right.
For more information, you can check out Lambda Legal or freedomtomarry.org. For more information about Pride NAC or Equal Rights Nacogdoches, you can find them on Facebook. This is Jonathan Roosh with East Texas Explorer.
When we come back, we'll be learning what Nacogdoches is doing to repair aging sidewalks around town.
We'll also learn about an ongoing investigation into an apparent murder-suicide that recently took place here in Nacogdoches.
Don't go anywhere. East Texas Explorer will continue after the break. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer. The condition of sidewalks in Nacogdoches is becoming a bigger issue these days. For more on what you can do to make a difference, here's Brandon Smith.
Sidewalks. We walk down them daily without realizing the condition and neglect they have gotten over the years. Some are in worse conditions than others. I decided to take action. I'll be attending a meeting here at the Commercial Bank in Nacogdoches tonight at 6 o'clock. I interviewed Daniela Rust.
Advocacy in the sense that for the city to listen to us, we have to have a critical mass. It can't be 14 people that show up a meeting. We needed 100 people that there at the meeting. They don't know where they're supposed to ride, how they're supposed to ride. They don't wear helmets. The mayor and the city manager were sitting right here. They would say, we want sidewalks too, but we just don't have the budget for it. They would have the budget for it if we showed them that we really wanted it. And that's why we need the critical mass showing up to these meetings saying, this is what we want, this is what we demand.
With the sidewalks being in the atrocious conditions, none of these streets are complete streets. A complete street is a street for everyone, and they are designed and operated to enable safe access for all users. According to the Pedestrian and Bicycle Information Center website, approximately 24% of the most frequent sources of injury are from tripping on uneven or cracked sidewalks. If the sidewalks do not get repaired soon, then we will be walking on crumbled and cracked pieces of concrete. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Brandon Smith.
In this country, campus shootings are a horrible epidemic. Kristen Edwards reports on what SFA is doing to keep students safe.
It seems as if every time we blink, there's another shooting. Whether it is at an elementary school or a college campus, we never know if we are prepared until it happens. The recent shooting in a Washington high school revives the question of how safe are campuses in the case of a shooter. According to Sergeant Amanda Kennedy, UPD Detective of Criminal Investigations, SFA has stepped up their efforts to prevent and respond to potential threats.
We train at least 3 and 4 times a year for these type of situations. We train with the Nacogdoches Police Department and the Sheriff's Office. We all get together and we train for these.
Only having a strong plan is not enough. The procedures in place are only effective if students know of them. When questioned if they know what to do in the case of an active shooter, many students said they did not know what to do. This is why Sergeant Kennedy stresses the importance of communication before and during emergency situations.
For our students, we have videos here at the university that they can watch on, tips on what they can do in the case of an active shooter. And we offer those anytime they can come by and watch that.
Being observant and prepared is the best defense for students in active shooter situations. If a student witnesses an armed individual, they should flee the area, hide, and barricade themselves and turn off the light and stay quiet until help arrives. Campus shootings are unpredictable, but by universities and institutions having a strong plan and strong communication, they can prove that they are committed to their campus life and safety. I'm Kristen Edwards reporting.
Recently, a home invasion case quickly turned into a murder-suicide investigation. Police believe a woman committed suicide after trying to kill her husband, too. I sat down with the sheriff and neighbors to find out more about this investigation. Police are investigating an attempted murder-suicide in Nacogdoches County. It happened on County Road 2051 in Carrizo Creek subdivision early Monday morning.
Obviously, we don't have a lot of suicides in this nature where somebody commits suicide and then sets a house on fire and tries to kill somebody else, and that's basically what had happened here.
Goff's husband, 65-year-old Hal Davis, was rescued from the house and is in stable condition at a nursing home. Here is what investigators know. All the doors and windows to the home were locked, which means there was no forced entry and the couple were the only ones inside. They also know Goff was found with a gunshot wound and residue on her body, which is very common in suicides. An autopsy report shows that Goff had other marks on her body that suggest she had attempted suicide before. They know Goff started the fire because of the smoke evidence they found on her body. Her husband says that she has talked about killing herself in the past, and her neighbors told police that she had been acting different in the last couple of days. And finally, the family had been having nurses come to the home to assist with Davis, but recently, Goff had asked them to stop coming. What investigators still don't know is a motive, and neighbors are just as surprised as police.
But we do know that she did commit suicide. We do know that she set the house on fire. We may never have the exact reasoning behind it, but those details are indisputable.
From Nacogdoches, Texas, I'm Delaney Bentley with East Texas Explorer.
Trichotillomania is a disorder that causes the sufferer to impulsively pull their hair out from stress. Reporter Stephen Brenz sheds more light on this subject.
Have you ever heard the term, "I'm so stressed I could just pull my hair out"? Well, for some people, this term is taken more seriously as they struggle every day with this rare disorder.
Trichotillomania is an impulse control disorder characterized by the urge to pull one's hair out, leading to noticeable hair loss and balding. Margaret Hance, a graduate assistant for the psychology department, described trichotillomania in its most common locations.
An individual is triggered to pull hair either from the scalp or anywhere on the body, actually. Most common places are the scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes.
The majority of trichotillomania sufferers are girls and women, though men and boys suffer with trichotillomania as well. Children as young as 12 months old have been recorded to suffer from trichotillomania, but the mean age of onset for this disorder is 9 to 13 years of age. Many compulsive hair pullers wear hats, wigs, false eyelashes, and makeup to cover their missing hair, eyebrows, or eyelashes. It is said that people with this disorder experience tension prior to pulling, and tension if he or she tries to resist the act,
and then some form of relief or pleasure once the pulling is completed. Although it may seem painful to watch, it has been stated that they do not experience pain when pulling their hair out. The actual root cause of trichotillomania has yet to be determined by the medical field. However, there have been several theories relating to this disorder's origin. Also, if you have this disorder and need more information, go to www.trick.org. For East Texas Explorer, I'm Stephen Brenz.
Stay tuned. When we return, we'll be learning about the legend of Chief Caddo.
We'll also be learning about a local restaurant that's giving back to the local art scene.
You don't want to miss it. East Texas Explorer will be right back. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer. I visited local restaurants this week and found out how one is giving back to the Nacogdoches community. Welcome to the Liberty Bell. And no, we don't mean the historical monument in Pennsylvania, but this Liberty Bell is located along the historic brick streets of Nacogdoches, and it's providing its customers with a unique dining experience. The Liberty Bell recently opened its doors in 2013, but has made headlines in magazines such as Texas Monthly and the Houston Chronicle. Known for its food, drinks, and weekly specials, the Liberty Bell is helping Nacogdoches locals in a way you might not know. Employee Emily Gottler explains how the community shapes Liberty Bell's purpose and pride.
One of the reasons why Liberty Bell is really community driven is because it actually is built and started by people from the community. So Katie and Grant are from around here, and they're really active within the Chamber of Commerce and within, all the local businesses.
Locally owned and operated means Liberty Bell is not only providing customers with a wide variety of food and drinks, but also giving back and supporting the community in more than one way.
We have what is called the Brick Wall Gallery. Everything is on sale and we take no commission. We're just trying to support the students and the actual Nacogdoches art community, which is really big, and we don't get to see very much of that artwork.
The Brick Wall Gallery provides local artists an opportunity to showcase and sell their work, but the gallery isn't the only way the Liberty Bell is supporting the Nacogdoches community.
We have live music 3 times a week. We have open mic night on Tuesdays, which that's really fun because we have local people, local bands come in and play on the stage.
It is this type of local support that helps the Nacogdoches community thrive. To learn more, visit www.libertybellbar.com. This is Hunter Sowards reporting.
Chief Caddo is a legendary statue that represents Stephen F. Austin State University. But do students really know who he is and of his importance? Here's Jade Russell with more on the Chief.
Chief Caddo is the wooden statue given to the winner of the annual football game between Stephen F. Austin State University in Nacogdoches, Texas, and Northwestern State University in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Many students should know the history behind the largest trophy in college football. I took some time to interview students on SFA campus about their knowledge on Chief Caddo.
I know that Chief Caddo is one of the largest trophies in college football.
I have no idea. Weston Griffin seemed to know Chief Caddo very well.
Legend has it Chief Caddo had 2 sons, Nacogdoches and Natchitoches, and as he was sending his 2 sons off, he said, one of you go one way, one of you go the other, and Nacogdoches ended up here, and Natchitoches ended up in Louisiana, and that's how we have the 2 towns that we have today.
However, Chief Caddo is more than just a trophy. He's a legend.
Chief Caddo stands 7 feet 6 inches in height and weighs over 320 pounds. The idea of the statue was created in 1960 when longtime rivals NSU and SFA decided to award the winner of the game a trophy. The 2 schools settled on a wooden statue of a legendary Indian chief whose tribe, the Caddo, was responsible for settling the locations that became the cities in which each university was located.
Despite its popularity among students, the Chief Caddo Trophy may be in its final years. The trophy will still be awarded to the winner, but for now, the trophy resides in Natchitoches for the first time since 2008.
For more information, you can visit www.sfasu.edu/studentaffairs.
For East Texas Explorer, this is Jade Russell.
Over 60% of Americans own a smartphone, 79% of them being young adults, according to Nielsen. The question is, are smartphones making us smarter, or are they having a negative impact on our brain? To take a deeper look at this issue, here's George Phipps.
Over 60% of Americans own a smartphone, 79% of them being young adults, according to Nielsen. The question is, are smartphones making us smarter, or are they having a negative impact on our brain? I spoke to 3 students to find out how often and what they use their smartphones for.
I carry my smartphone everywhere with me. Let me see, I go to sleep right next to it. I keep it next to my face at all times while I'm asleep. I use it for everything. I use it for homework. And I shouldn't be doing this, but I use it while I'm in class.
Most of the day, I use it to like look up answers or something, or or to text somebody.
Social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, GroupMe, and the text. I don't really talk on the phone a lot either.
So the phoning part of the phone is almost unused these days. The issue that's having a negative impact on our brains is the distraction that comes with the smartphone. This leads to lack of one-to-one interaction, decline in study, and general distraction from the real world around us. But it's not all negative. With various apps and widgets, smartphones have changed our lives forever. The ability to social network, surf the web, get information, take pictures, and much more. It's basically a multimedia machine at the palm of your hands. And for these students, they have certainly improved their lives for the better.
I'll actually say it's a really good thing, because sometimes you really need the information at the certain moment, and you can learn it. Just because you have to look it up doesn't mean you didn't learn it.
Use it for games, I also use it for homework. Get on Google, look up certain things. Smartphones are pretty awesome, although they are a huge distraction.
A mobile phone was once just a simple calling device. But with these advances in technology, you can Snapchat, surf the web, or even check your emails in an instant. Whether or not you believe the smartphone is a distraction or a benefit, you can't deny that it's changed our communication abilities. This is George Phipps for East Texas Explorer.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next time with more stories from the campus of SFA and around Nacogdoches.
Until then, check out more East Texas Explorer and other Jack TV shows on our YouTube channel, Jack TV SFA.
Watch our shows and leave feedback. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time on another episode of East Texas Explorer.